we're back. We're the Manchester Derby, and today we are doing Keep, Bench, Sell.
Of course, starting with the best side of Manchester, Man United.
City. It would never be.
I can hear the fear in your voice. It is the red side of Manchester we're starting with first. Keep, bench, sell.
Let's go. Mr. De Gea. There is a lot of conversation around this guy lately as to whether United should keep him or not.
I would keep him. I would sign the contract, but he might potentially end up being a reserve keeper. Yes, he has the most clean sheets in the Prem, 15 clean sheets. He's leading the pack. He's a great shot stopper, which is why I would keep him. But I would say bench. I'm sorry, De Gea. I'd love to get another goalkeeper.
I got to ask why though.
There are goalkeepers out there that I think can do it all in the modern era that would fit into Ten Hag's style of play. Then De Gea will fight for his position to be the number one. It's happened before, and we got the best out of him when that happened. So bench, but keep.
Lindelof.
I would keep him, but also bench him. He's a great player if we have players like Varane and Martinez injured. We've seen him stepping up lately, and when he's not on the field with Maguire, he's actually a phenomenal player. So keep, but bench.
Phil Jones.
Get him out of this club yesterday. He should have left
Years
years ago. That guy must go. Sell him for free.
Maguire.
Sell the guy.
I
don't have to say anything
answer.
more. Let's just move on. Sell Maguire.
That does not need an explanation.
No.
Martinez.
Keep. Fantastic player. Leader from the back. Phenomenal. Sets an example. Keep.
Malacia.
Keep. But bench. I see him as like someone we could use in the cup games. Also stepping it up nicely recently, but bench it.
Varane. I already know this answer.
Keep. One of the most experienced, phenomenal centre back. He has won it all, so obvious keep.
Dalot.
Bench. I want him to stay,
Interesting.
but I want him to fight for his position, so bench.
Luke Shaw.
Keep, potentially bench, because if we get a great left back, he could also have to fight for his position. The same thing happened when Alex Telles came in, Luke Shaw stepped up. When Malacia came in, Luke Shaw stepped up. So having that kind of competition is good for him. He can play centre back when Martinez isn't there. He's someone I definitely wouldn't sell, and he can start, but he can also potentially be a great backup centre back or left back.
He's been having a pretty good season. He has been stepping up. So Wan-Bissaka.
Keep. For me, he's United's most improved player this season. Defensively, we all know the best one-on-one defender in the Prem, undoubtedly. He's improved so much. I would keep him. I think he's getting better and better, and he could potentially be our starting right back if he continues the way that he is.
I already know this answer, but Bruno.
Capitão, Portuguese, magnifico. Give him a lifetime contract. I love him. He has been the best signing for United post Alex Ferguson era, and nobody can argue with that.
He's just a bit annoying.
He's created more chances in the Premier League than any other player, bar Messi in the top 5 leagues. Keep him all day and give him that captain armband once Maguire has
that guy. It must be really difficult to have a captain that you guys don't respect. That must be really tough.
Very.
Eriksen.
Definitely keep him, but I think he could potentially be someone we bench.
That's interesting.
Yes, because we need to get another young midfielder in United. We definitely need to just spice up that midfield, and Eriksen is a great addition to come on. We know he's reliable in any game, so I would keep him, but I'd bench him. Don't get mad, guys.
I love him. Interesting. I was gonna say, because when it's Bruno, Eriksen, Casemiro, that's solid. Your twin, Sabitzer.
Give him a contract right now and sign the man. I even almost cried from
it. Got so emotional.
Sign him today. So keep him, but he's also potentially a bench player. He would give us that squad depth that we're missing. So sign him. Keep, but bench. Yeah.
So interesting to see how your brain is working with this. Fred.
Another one, when he was paired with McTominay, I couldn't wait for him to leave, but he's also redeemed himself this season, and I actually think he's quite an important player, so I would keep him, but again, bench.
Casemiro.
Keep and give him the keys to my life. He's that good. If my life had keys, I'd give it to him. I trust him that much.
Palestri.
Keep him. Bench for now because he's young. Phenomenal young player who I think he'll be so important for United in the years to come. Keep him. Bench for now. He'll find his time.
Donny van de Beek.
I have to sell him. It was exciting when we signed him. We had very high expectations. We've seen a lot of his games where he's been phenomenal for when he was at Ajax, for the national team, but it just hasn't worked out. It didn't gel. So I'm very sad that he got injured and he's been out for the whole season. He hasn't gotten a chance to play really under Ten Hag, but I think we should cash out on him and it's his time to leave.
McTominay.
Sell.
Not even a question.
Not even a question. Like, he's had his moments where he can be class, but get rid of him. I think he'll he'll do really well in a team like Newcastle.
Not for United.
But not for United. I think United's too big for him. Scotty, you gotta go. Sorry, man.
You're out. Martial.
So it makes me sad to say Sal because he was so promising when we signed him, and we signed him for a big fee at the time. I think it was 50 mil, which was a lot. He's just too injury prone. He's not reliable enough.
Yeah,
he's
it's unfortunate.
He's not consistent enough. So Martial, let's cash out on him. I think he needs to
bring
go.
someone else in. Rashford.
Stay. He's our star boy. Getting better and better, especially under Ten Hag. Got to keep Rashford.
Flourishing.
Keep him all day.
Anthony,
keep him. People have a lot of negative to say about him, but remember, he's still 22 years old.
I can't believe he's actually that young.
Really young.
Sure.
It's his first season in the Prem. He's still adapting. He's getting better and better. He's fitting into the squad. And Ten Hag and Anthony have a great relationship, so he'll only get better with time. And he plays with his heart. Like, he loves the club. So we want more players like that. So keep him.
Jadon Sancho.
I believe he will become an important player for United, but right now I'm going to have to say bench. He hasn't been as consistent as we need him to be. I'd like to keep him in the squad. He's a great addition to have. Could potentially be a starter. I wouldn't sell him. I think got to still give him a chance to prove himself, but bench.
Mr. Wout Weghorst. He calls him Veggie.
Veggie.
That's a question mark.
I don't think we should sign him. I did initially say sign the man because he loves the club and he's
very passionate.
He's very passionate,
yeah.
But he's just not the right fit. He's just not at the level United need him to be, so he's got to go.
Veggie, you're out. Ilanga.
Sal.
No hesitation there.
I don't see him as a United player. He's not good enough. I'm sorry. He'll do well.
Rough.
He'll do well in the Prem for some other teams, but I think he's a mid-table player. No offense. Definitely better than me. Like, no jokes. But I'm not saying I'll do a better job. I just don't think he's up to the standard United need him to be. So Sal.
I already know the answer, but Garnacho.
Keep. Just signed a new contract. I'm so excited for him. The potential new number 7 in the years to come. Got his new teeth.
Got his new teeth. Baby on the way. New contract. That guy's having a great year.
Great year. Obviously, besides the injury, Garnacho has to stay. He's one of my favorite players at the moment at United, and very excited for his future.
And what about your manager?
That's obvious. I'm going to keep him.
Hag.
Yes, I had a bit of a frustrating moment with him and Ronaldo, but I do get where he was coming from, and we don't have to talk about that. That's in the past.
That's in the past.
But
we look to the future.
Ten Hag, we trust. So back him all the way. Let's go, Ten Hag.
Now we get to talk about the best team in Manchester. Apparently I say it funny. Manchester. I'm hearing the same thing.
Manchester City. Let's jump right into this before we make this video as long as an Avatar movie. We'll start with Edison.
I feel like I would keep him, but sometimes I feel like benching him because honestly he makes me a bit nervous. He's great on the ball, and he makes these great saves, but he makes mistakes sometimes. He's a bit shaky and it just makes me bloody nervous. Saying that I would bench him doesn't take away from how great he is, but I just feel like sometimes he's a bit too shaky.
Kyle Walker.
I would keep him, but I would bench him. We need him, but...
You need him for specific games.
Yeah, I don't know if he would always make it into, my
I
starting lineup,
got
for
you.
example.
Fair. Ruben Diaz.
No brainer, keep.
Easy.
Solid. He is so important for us, guys. There's no brainer. Keep him forever.
John Stones.
Keep him. What Pep has done with that guy, he's now in this hybrid role. I love to see it, okay? John Stones, you keep that guy.
I said he was overrated at the beginning of the season, but he's proved me wrong. So, sorry, John Stones. Official apology
keep
right
that
here.
Guy.
Nathan Ake.
Keep. Ake is solid, guys. He is really solid, okay? He's really coming
quite
to
underrated,
his own.
actually.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah. Laporte.
I'd keep him, but I'd bench him. Keep, bench.
Akanji.
Keep. Guys, Akanji, another underrated player. He has been such a great signing. He is so underrated. You can play him literally anywhere at the back.
I wasn't expecting him to be so important for you guys.
No.
He's a good signing.
I love to see it, guys. I love to see him flourish.
Rico Lewis.
I would keep. I would bench him. He's young. He's got a bright future ahead of him, especially if he stays under Pep. Very keen to see where his career goes. He must stay with us. He must grow with us, but on the bench.
Calvin Phillips.
Okay, I would sell him. I think I would sell him, to be honest. He hasn't made such a huge impact for me personally, so I would sell him.
Gundogan.
Guys, Gundo, man, I love him. You gotta keep it. I know that there's even talk of him leaving, which is so upsetting because I think he's such a great player. I would keep him if I could.
Jackie Boy. Jack Grealish.
Guys, you got to keep Jack Grealish in this team. I have said the word flourished already, but that is exactly what he has done under Pep. He has flourished. He is
has.
such an important player for us. I back Jackie Boy. He's got to stay.
Rodri.
You gotta keep him. You gotta keep Rodgers. There's not even a conversation about that.
This
okay?
is like far
keep
too
that
easy.
guy.
Your squad, you basically would keep everybody,
Oh,
let's
yeah.
be honest. I mean, Kevin De Bruyne,
No brainer. You got to keep KDB.
Bernardo Silva.
You gotta keep him.
Easy.
Bernardo Silva is incredible. Wherever Pep puts him, and we've been seeing this season, again, hybrid roles, he is freaking tastic. So you gotta keep Bernardo Silva. Please don't leave us, Bernardo.
Sergio Gomez. Don't feel bad. I know you love your squad, but if you want to sell, you can sell. Don't feel bad.
I feel like I would sell him.
Foden.
We have to keep that guy. He is so gifted. And I know that he's had like some injuries this season. Then he's like been sick and all that stuff, which has been really disappointing. But whenever he's on that field, I love to see him play. And Foden will continue to grow in this team. So he's got to stay.
Cole Palmer.
Not bad. I think I would I'd keep him on the bench. When he does come
So
on,
bench, yeah,
like, he doesn't really
he gets
start.
the job done, yeah.
Exactly.
He gets the
So
job
like I'd keep him, but he'll stay on the bench.
Okay. Erling Haaland. We don't
That is like the silliest question.
have to even
Anyone
waste.
would keep him.
50 goals already.
And you know what I hate is when people have this ridiculous notion that Man City is better without him.
Nah, I think we've passed
Okay?
that. We've
That
passed
is
that now.
just, if you still believe that, it's
You
embarrassing,
delusional.
actually.
Yeah.
Because he has slotted into Man City so
Like a glove.
seamlessly. It's beautiful.
Potential Ballon d'Or winner. He's got my
100%.
vote. If I had to vote,
100%.
I would vote
He's
for
got
him.
this.
I think he's had the best season so far.
Yeah.
Him and Vinny.
No, that's not what we're talking
yeah,
about.
not
But
we're
what a
talking
quality
about, but
player.
What a player. Alvarez.
You got to keep him. To have Alvarez and Haaland on the field,
To get them both in the same
I
transfer
can't believe
window.
it. It's actually, I cannot
I
believe that we
hate you
managed
guys.
to do that.
Hate you guys.
It is such, we need that guy, no doubt about him. You gotta keep him.
Mahrez.
You gotta keep him. I love Mahrez, guys. I feel like he is so underrated. He is such a quality player. Mahrez is so technically gifted. You
He's a
need to
proper
have that
football
guy, okay?
technician.
It's a no-brainer for me.
And finally, your manager, Puppy Pep.
Pep, please never leave us. Puppy Pep, I love him. You can see what he does. Pep masterclass all the time. In Pep we trust. You
So-
are Man City, okay?
So between our squads, United and City, do you agree with some of our choices? Would you say we're delusional with some of our takes?
Takes, yeah.
What do you guys think?
And if you haven't already, like, comment, subscribe, stick around. We've got more content coming for you guys.